Hey guys, thank you. I'm going to take leave now,
Oh,
but
oh no,
thank you
you
for
can't. You
no,
can't leave now. You've stuck
no.
this out too far. You have to close the show with us.
Oh, is this the end of the show then?
This is.
Okay,
It will be. It will be
okay.
in a few
I'll stay.
minutes. It's a very casual ending. We try to end fast so I don't cry because I do that a lot.
I just want to say, Dr. Johnson, you were incredibly helpful. He was on with me at the weird hours of the morning, okay? And it was great.
I told him we were going to sign him up to be a host next time because he does such a good job and he shows up at just the right times. I mean, some of these presentations are so smart that I have no clue what to ask because I'm smart in my own way, but I am not that smart. And so having you to jump in, or when Dr. Flynn was on, or anybody that's way smarter than me, they could go, oh yeah, I've got 10 questions. So that was perfect. I really, really appreciate the help. And
But equally, I think for me, it's been so inspirational. I'm coming away feeling re-energized. And, when I went to eat some breakfast after, Hydro C presented, it's just such a good feeling to know that, you guys have created such an incredible platform. And I hope that this will continue to grow in some way. You catalog some of these presentations as inspirational stories because, the kids at our schools need to see this. I mean, every single one that I attended, there was some gem there to take away. And think about it, a collection. These are real stories. These are people who are just out there putting themselves out, being vulnerable to the whole world, right? And it takes a lot of courage. It has to be, said that it's something that we don't do too often in our schools. We have a very sheltered environment where we are. And I've seen this over the years, and I think this is a fantastic testament to what is possible if we just allow the kids to come out and just be bold and be creative and no boundaries. They look at them. I mean, look at Nearby. I mean, he's just blown me away. Yeah, awesome.
well, you
Thank
have
you.
to come back and be here for his presentation next gift too. So, I mean, you bring up a good point about cataloging these stories, and they are there. We actually have them on our website on the globalinnovationfieldtrip.org site. People can go on and look at all of the past videos from all of the past presentations. And I know that's not what you mean in whole, that's just in part. We do need a storyteller, and I'm hoping at some point somebody steps forward and says, hey, I like this so much. I want to help be your storyteller, and I want to help you with some of those videos because, all we have is me editing those at this point, and they can be skillfully edited, and we could tell some really good stories with them. I know we can. So we have all the content, just need the help putting that together. So
and tagging them and just classifying sections of them, the topic, so that schools can use this, right? And we pay hundreds and thousands of dollars to get these consultants to come down, right? And honestly, these kids are more inspirational than so many of the people we pay big bucks to. So yeah,
and there's
definitely.
so many avenues of gift that are still not really, we're still not, haven't had the time really to expand on the coverage about them. For instance, any language teacher should be looking into this. To whatever language they're teaching, they should be trying to find a segment where that's the language that's spoken, like any Spanish teachers out there. I mean, we had two wonderful team panels that two Hispanic team panels this time, and it was all Spanish speaking, and that would have been perfect as part of a class assignment. Listen and learn and you come back and tell us what they said, because I mean, what a great way to immerse yourself in a language. So there's lots of different ways that we can really expand this and make it even better, and that's what we hope to do. We've come a long way since last year. I think this year, or this event, we had 22 participating countries. To date, we've had 39 participating countries in all of the gifts together. But we've grown, we've about doubled that since a year ago this time, and it's wonderful. And we had the two Hispanic team panels, and then we had our inaugural team panel come back and talk about where things are now, what they're going to do with what they've learned, and they're building relationships, and it's just incredible. I hope we can follow these kids for a very long time to see what comes of them. I mean, that's where we get like Dr. Flynn to come back in and start studying all these kids we've had and watch where they go. And, you know,
Mhm.
15 years from now, then people can say, well, you know, this is a result of being participant in something like this.
I suspect in some cases it's going to be a lot sooner from the sounds of things. And, you know, I love the fact that you mentioned that about languages and, you know, that you're so open and you embrace any language. You know, I've sat in with the kids who are presenting in Chinese, right? And it was fantastic. I mean, you know, we don't have to all think in English, right? Or articulate in English. And I think this is great that you embrace that diversity of language, bring that in. That's an opportunity for, you know, language classes to come in to understand beyond the tech and the innovation and all of that, you know,
Yes,
the celebration.
but you didn't hear Dr. Johnson. He was speaking Romanian to the Romanians, and when Lily came on, he was speaking Malay to her. So
Yeah, I just love languages. Yeah, no, but fantastic. Well done. And wow, you guys have been phenomenal. I mean, the amount of effort and time, you know, it all looks so easy right at the end. You know, when somebody's just kind of sitting in, they think, oh, okay, what's the big deal? It's huge, you know, put something like
Yeah,
this
there's some
together.
interesting challenges with it. I mean, in the first time that we had people speaking in their native languages, it was fine when there was a translator or somebody there to help. There were some cases in the middle of the night, it was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was there, or Jake was there, and they may have been doing a presentation in Chinese. And it's very strange when they get to the end, because you don't know they got to the end. And they don't know you don't know that. And you're kind of just staring at each other for a while. And I guess you're done, thank you. And then you remove them, and hopefully they were done. So it's interesting, but we made it through, and it, you know, I think it helps that we can allow that, because it's really important that not everything is just pushed into English. It really is. We had, was Ria, she's in high school still,
Yeah.
right?
yes, 11th
She
grade. I
came
think
to
she's
present her other business, the one she made herself this time, as opposed to the one that her and a bunch of other high schoolers put together. This one was her own. I mean, she's in high school. She's on business number 2. And is looking to turn it into a nonprofit and save the world. We had, I can't remember which presenter it was, but one of the little presenters that I was talking to early this morning is going to cure COVID. I'm like, this is the attitude that everybody needs to have.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for building the field of dreams, Julie and Jake.
And Aaron, you know, don't cut yourself out of that. Thank you.
I mean, I got to play in the field, but you've built it, and I just want to honor the fact that this amazing dose of inspiration is possible because of your vision. And one of the things I read recently, it was in a Canadian context, is the thought that the best way to inspire innovation is to teach about innovation. So to teach our students about innovations and the inventors behind them. And I just want to honor the fact that beyond the scope of what we hear about and the young presenters who keep returning or come for their first time, I sincerely believe that everybody who stumbles upon gift themselves will be inspired further to contribute positively. And that's that sort of butterfly effect to pull a statement that we heard from our team panel Reconnect earlier a couple of times is really significant and really exciting. So bravo and kudos.
Okay.
Echo what Aaron said also. I think it's incredible to actually be who you are and be who you want the children to be. And it's one thing to tell children we need to innovate and help them, but it's also another thing to innovate. And I think on this anniversary of the 4th, it's well to look back, and this was supposed to be one solution to one specific problem. Julie, the genesis was Julie trying to provide a stage at the onset of COVID for young people to have a stage for their events. It was supposed to be a one-of. So the leader of GIFT also exhibited in example and in actual fact and action, evolving from one stage, one time, and was able to back up and go, whoa, wait a minute, look what this is doing, and evolve and grow and keep going. And I think that's critical when you're with young people, to model for them, not just tell them, but be who you want them to be. And that's what leaders do. They show by their actions, and then they circle back to make sure the people following them hit the finish line too. And that's what GIFT has evolved and done from onset to a year later.
Yeah, and it's so nice to see the same kids coming back, right, to present. So that is a true testament, and that's the evidence you're looking for, right? It's not a one-off.
Yeah.
And new ones too.
Just want to close with something that one of the young inventors told me early this morning, that he looks at the circle of difficulties and turns it into a circle of opportunities. And I think that that's a good motto to end on, and to continue on next time.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, Dr. Johnson.
Thank
Erin,
you for the opportunity. I really appreciate, and it's an honor to work with people like you. So